I'm Isaac, this is Luce Disc Golf, and today I'm going to show you how to go from this to this. There's a few things that if you do them correctly, you're going to start seeing smoother throws and more accurate throws almost immediately. So the first step is actually going to be grip. Going completely flat on the flight plate, not really going to do it. That tip's been out there for years. You kind of turn the fingers a little bit, have them push on the rim, and that works best. But what a lot of people don't really talk about is the thumb placement. If you have your thumb up above your fingers, you're going to throw nose up every time. So a lot of people end up having this thumb lined right up with their fingers, kind of like this. That's not good. Your nose angle is going to be off. You need to bring that thumb a little bit further onto the rim, onto the actual rim of it, not the flight plate. If you have it out in front of your fingers, your thumb pressure is going to bring that nose angle down, and you're going to see the disc fly better immediately. And now with that one tip, you can already start throwing better. I'm going to show you what I kind of look for in a throw. I'm going to get this arm out here like it's about to throw a backhand, and we're going to follow through on the same plane as that forehand, just right through. It's all one motion that we're trying to stay consistent with. So check it out right here. Back, step forward, step back, go forward. So it's a little rhythmic. And if you create rhythm, I don't know if you guys have noticed any times in any other sport, music, anything you're doing, creating rhythm creates consistency, and consistency creates good flights. Back, forward. Super smooth. Now, one thing that you'll all want to know is how do you hit your line? So the easiest way to hit your line is to step and point this foot directly at your target. You're not really aiming with your body, you're not aiming with your mind, you're not aiming with your eyes a little bit. You want the head pointed in the right direction. But you're really aiming with is this foot, because that allows you to drive directly at it. Does anyone really watch baseball? You ever see a pitcher come down and they do that step and they point directly at the plate and then they come through on it? We're kind of emulating that, but because we're coming down on the side, it's more of like a sidearm pitcher. But nonetheless, that point at the end, pointing the foot directly at the target, is really key to making sure you hit your line. So focusing on my foot, I'm flying directly over the spot I was aiming and then fading off to the right. Perfect forehand. Yeah, if you think this video is helpful, like and subscribe. Thanks. After that is for keeping it smooth. If you notice, I'm not having a lot of wobble on my forehands. And how you do that is you actually start with understable putters. Same idea, same principles. So skinnier rim though, so we gotta make sure the thumb's really in the right spot. Get down in here and then flight plane it. But we're not gonna do the back forward, because that's really for drivers. That's for getting that distance. What we're gonna do is we've already done the back forward, and then we're gonna start on the back, just right here. It's a putter. If you need to throw farther, you're picking the wrong disc. So do that whole form only when you're going further. This is for little upshots. Now we do have a big stiff headwind, expect this to turn over, but the goal here is we're just gonna hit a nice little smooth forehand out. And then one thing that I really like to make sure I do, so that way I don't just sky it up. If I bring my shoulder up and I drop this shoulder, all it does is make us have this sort of trajectory. So watch out, I'm gonna keep this shoulder up and watch how bad this is gonna be, even though I'm trying to throw on this swing plane. Well, I mean, it's a putter, so it kind of like wobbled out and coasted, but I went up instantly, and that's not what we're looking for. I'm looking for a driven shot, so we're gonna come down, keep the shoulder on a good plane, along with this on the same plane, so that your arm plane and your shoulder plane are matching. And then same idea, right out, but we're gonna start right here. So we're gonna do a little cock back, because that's the back portion, we're in the spot, and then forward. So back, hand, back, forward. Now, did you see what I did there? I rolled my wrist, I came off my swing plane and came up, and that's where you're gonna notice all the wobble. So what we're gonna do is just make sure that we follow through forward. You're gonna do a little bit of a trunk lean, so you're gonna come from here to a little bit forward. My back's leaning forward. And there we go. Forehand discs, backhand discs, there's no such thing. They're all just discs. Every single disc is good for everything. It's just about whether or not you like to use it and it fits the shot you're looking for. So I've got a Vandal, I consider it kind of flippy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lean forward a little bit, come over my toes a little bit extra. We're down in a nice athletic position, but instead of being kind of balanced on top, I'm gonna balance a little forward. And this is where really paying attention to that front leg is gonna matter, because you're gonna have a tendency to step out and angle a little bit this way. But we don't wanna do that. So same idea, lean a little forward, get the hyzer flip. And there it goes. Flip right up from hyzer, flew straight, about 250 feet. I mentioned the trunk lean slightly. The reason I like to mention that is because I've seen, and I've actually got a friend, Ross, I'm gonna have to talk to you about this, where I've seen with his forehand, he's got it out here, and then it's finished, and his back is almost either straight up or leaning back a little bit. So like you're kind of still on that back foot. And what you've done is you've failed to drive. You started it, so don't get me wrong, you step forward, but you don't finish. See how the foot would come up if you finish your drive? If you just finish like this, and that foot's still on the ground, you haven't actually transferred any power from the back section. So you wanna make sure you don't do this. Because right there, all it did was go up and hyzer, and that's a flippy disc. Now watch the back foot. We're gonna drive forward. And now look, I'm almost on top of my foot at this point. And my foot is actually facing down and my sole is up to the sky. And now making sure that you're actually finishing your drive all the way forward is the way that you're gonna get the trunk lean to come in automatically. You're gonna finish your drive, you're gonna impart all of that power in, and then if you're following the other principles of staying on your swing plane, you now have a forehand. That's all it takes. That's it for today. I'm gonna get out on the course, put this into practice. My forehand has been coming online since I've been starting to follow these simple things in my own game. So let me know how they work for you. Let me know what you think about them. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.